Hey guys, welcome to Reddit Brew. Today I have an update from this story. So if you haven't heard that story yet, I'll link it now, as well as in the description below. I really wanted to read this update for you guys because it is so satisfying. So let's jump into it. Neighbor phones police because mother-in-law is parked across the road from their driveway. Well, it's taken me a little while to update thanks to another neighbor nightmare, but that's for a whole different post. To summarize, my mail parked across the road from my neighbor's driveway. They started losing their minds as they believed it to be their property. This led to some shouting and of course a call to the boys in blue. So, as you can probably guess, yes, the driveway overlords did indeed phone the police. After her threats, we waited around waiting for my mother-in-law to be shipped away to the big house for committing the ultimate crime, parking on a public street. I know, please try to hold judgment. However, like most close-knit streets, our other neighbors came out to see what all the fuss was about, and oh, did we get the gossip. It turns out, we aren't the only people she's complained about. Social carers for the elderly, visits for other houses, council workers, and even people who live on the street have all received notes and stern warnings from our delightful neighbors about our property. Although, we were the lucky ones who finally pushed them over the edge. Well, they finally arrived. We can see their house from our window, so it was prime viewing. Milady of the driveway came running out of the house clutching a mug of what I can only guess is the tears of orphan children. They went into her house and closed the door, and so we waited, praying, hoping that they would come across to get our side of the story. Well, our wish was granted, but let me tell you, it was so much sweeter than we could have ever imagined. After watching the officer poking his head out of the door like a meerkat, trying to figure out where the car was that was blocking their driveway, she gave him a hand and pointed to my mother-in-law's car parked across the street. This poor fella looked more confused than a drunk with a calculator. He eventually went back inside before heading over to our house, and that's where the real fun began. He came to our door, and we greeted him with a customary, "Hi, what can we do for you, officer?" Here is the following conversation from what I can remember. "Good morning. We received a complaint about a car from this property blocking a driveway." "Hey there. Yeah, we've been expecting you." "Are you the resident here?" "No, my son and daughter-in-law are, but it's my car that's been reported. The silver one across the street from their house." "So, I'm having trouble understanding the issue. Was your car parked across the driveway?" "Nope. It's been parked in the same space since I got here." "Well, your neighbor is claiming you blocked their car in their drive, and we're trespassing." "Oh, we know. She's been leaving notes on my car and others in the street. She's been claiming that the entire section of road is part of her personal driveway. You can ask the other neighbors." "What notes? Has she asked you to move?" "Kind of. She told us and the rest of the neighbors that they would try not to hit our cars." "What do you mean?" "She's been accusing us all of parking in her driveway, across the street from her house on the public road. I even have a photo of where the car was parked a few hours ago. I showed him the photo, making sure to point out the time and date it was taken, and he just shook his head. He asked if there was anything else he should know before dealing with the matter. We were more than happy to fill him in on how she came to my door to stamp her feet in disapproval, throwing all the aggressively condescending, "It's illegal, sweetheart," she could our way. He asked if we felt threatened. I said no, but I wasn't happy that she was yelling at me while holding my baby. He said he understood, and we encouraged him to talk to the other neighbors to get a full picture of what was going on. So, that's exactly what he did. And Jesus, Mary, and the wee donkey, it was all so much worse than I thought. For them. In our street, news travels fast. We're gossipy little shites. We even have our own street WhatsApp group. Yeah, I know, it's kind of sad, but we're all friends. Lockdown really brought us together. The officer did in fact make his way down the doors, and they were all more than happy to grass them in after all their griping. It turned out that not only had they been harassing other people for parking near their home, but they had also been witnessed exiting the car looking a little wobbly. Wobbly as in 3 sheets to the wind, drunk as a fart. One can only assume this is why he needs 20 plus feet to reverse into his drive. His lady, the lady of the driveway and pain in my arse, has been spreading rumors that other people were having affairs, such as the gay teenager up the street having it on with a middle-aged mother of 3 next door to him. However, the piece de resistance was revealed to us when the officer came back to our house to wrap up. When the officer asked about our trespassing on her property, she told the police officer I had trained my cat to shit in her plant pots. My huge, fluffy, and attitude-fueled kitty had been having his morning poop in her begonias. His name is Stanford, and he is renowned in our street for being a sassy little dickhead, sitting on top of cars, sneaking into people's houses, sleeping on their beds, and of course, tormenting dogs. I have never been prouder of him. In the end, the officer went back to her house and from what we can tell, told her to stop being a FUD, and if they were caught drunk driving, they would be arrested. Any more notes or coming to people's doors, and they could be charged with harassment due to the volume and nature of the events. Essentially, they were told to get a grip, and the officer went off to attend to actual crimes. Now, the neighbor parks across the street from his driveway in protest, and the rest of the street accommodates by parking directly in front and behind him, as is our right by law. Get it up right, ye bob eggs. I hope my cat held eye contact while he was pooping on your plants. For anyone who was wondering, here's a picture of our little pooper. Disclaimer, I would just like to clarify, I did not train Stanford to do his pooping in her pots. She just thinks I did, because why else would he be doing it, other than being a total legend? Love this cat, he gets me. Oh, Stanford. Stanford, the anti-Karen justice warrior. Not the hero we wanted, but the hero we needed. Oh, who am I kidding? A cat is absolutely the hero we all wanted. I am so satisfied to know that the police showed up and essentially told her off. Finally, a story where the law is in our favor. It always seems like the entitled people are catered to, so I'm so glad the opposite happened with this story. Also, it's obvious that OP is of Scottish descent, which made this story so much more enjoyable to read. They have the best slang, don't they? But anyways, that is all for me today. I hope you enjoyed that Entitled People update. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye!